it probably wasn't our priority at the start of the year to make a National League final, but at the same time, when you get into the games and you turn up the day of the game, you're aiming to be competitive, you're aiming to perform and do your best, and you're disappointed if it doesn't go your way. But at the same time, I don't think maybe it was as important to us this year as it was last year coming in new into the squad. So, but some positives to take out of the league. All right, there were some decent performances in it, but plenty of room for improvement as well, which is no harm. I was actually part of the last Kerry squad to do it in 06 and 07 ourselves that time. So it's difficult, it's hard. It'll be interesting to see what impact the fact that the All-Ireland was so early last year has in this season, with the players and the way they approach it. But it's going to be very difficult this year for us to retain the All-Ireland. It's very open, a lot of good teams out there. So we'll have to be at our best to do it. I think that was one of the positives we got out of our league campaign this year, was the fact that some of the lads who were on our extended squad last year and some of the newer players as well, like Barry Sullivan coming into the team, did really well, and they're going to hopefully strengthen our squad going into the championship this year. So that was a big positive for us this year out of the league. Even getting to the Munster final, you can go pear-shaped before that if you don't watch yourself. So look, at this level, you can't take anything for granted. You have to take each game on its merits, and if you look too far ahead, that's when you could get cut out. So we'll be treating every opponent that we come across with great respect, and we'll prepare properly for every game, be it Munster Championship and later on in the round robin as well. We'll treat them all with the respect they deserve. I find that sometimes at the end of a league campaign, it's good to have a lot of stuff to work on, because it can give your training extra focus, and you can get great energy out of that as well, coming in every night with a lot of parts of your game that you need to improve on and that you will work on. So it's different than when we were playing now, because at that time you could have had 8 to 10 weeks from the end of a league to the start of the Munster Championship, and we would have been training with Kerry and playing club matches at that time as well, which it was a different dynamic, let's say, but I think everybody really is hugely excited about this year and the year ahead, and the new system as well is going to be great. It's about being the best that they can possibly be, and a lot of our focus when we're talking to the players is on performance and performing on game day and driving themselves on to higher levels, and and the results then tend to look after themselves if you get that side of it right. But of course, even a lot of the lads that are on the squad who were winning their first All-Ireland last year were there when I left in 2016, the last time I was involved with Eamon Fitzmaurice, and that's a good few years that they've been involved in inter-county, and they'll want to make the most of the time that they have and maximise what they can get out of it when they're there. So of course they'll be mad keen to drive on this year again. Of course, the All-Ireland champions, everyone wants to take you down, but I think playing for Kerry and being involved with Kerry brings its own pressures, even at the best of times and at the worst of times, So, and I think the lads are well able to handle that. They wouldn't be there if they couldn't, really, to be honest about it. So, I don't see it as being a huge problem with the group of players that we have, because they're tough lads, mentally tough as well. So I think it won't be a huge issue for them. I think it's very even at the moment. There's a lot of teams who fancy their chances this year, and rightly so. Because it just seems to be that a lot of teams are at quite a similar level. When you look at all the teams in Division 1 of the league and a lot of the teams in Division 2, after the league campaign, they'll be saying quietly to themselves, you know what, if we get ourselves in order here and if things go our way, we get a bit of luck, this could be our year, So, which is fine, because we're in that group as well, and we'll fancy our chances in that setup as well.